To continue our spooky season, we are going to do famous haunted places.
Spooky places that you may have heard of.
Most people have. So you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Jello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. So spooky season is in full freaking swing.
It is upon us. We are
It is
outdoors.
more than upon us.
We're outside tonight at Ash's farm.
We are. There will be chicken crows. There will be gooses honking. Or geese. Geese honking. My bad. You might hear a guinea in there, a guinea fowl throwing in its little cacaw because they do what they do.
Right now there's a plane.
Yeah, of course there is. They're very loud and sometimes can be annoying. I'm hoping we don't make enough noise to alert them because the whole neighborhood, it sounds like a car alarm going off in the form of a bird. If you don't know what a guinea fowl sounds like. I love them. They let us know when predators are coming, but you might hear them in the background, but you might not because it's their bedtime.
I love it.
Okay, so haunted places.
The outside noises. We have a fire going. It's almost dark. We're just gonna wing
we have
it.
candles all around us.
So it's spooky. I've got
so
all my
fun.
witchy stuff.
We're doing the same thing we did last year, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So haunted places. Are you ready to start?
Yeah.
I think you should start.
I'm gonna start with. I chose the Edinburgh Castle.
Say it again.
Edinburgh Castle.
Okay.
So Edinburgh is in Scotland.
Hold on, one question. Why do you have your phone voice on?
My phone voice.
Your phone voice. Your masking phone voice is on so hard right now.
Okay, y'all.
Much better.
We're going to talk about the Edinburgh Castle. Okay. What voice do you want me to do? I got a lot of voices.
Your normal one. Oh, see? It's going to happen.
It's okay.
That table's going to get bumped because I cannot fucking
Just
not.
bear with us.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Okay.
Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah. So, in Scotland, Edinburgh is, I believe it's the capital. Anyway, Edinburgh Castle is one of the most famous castles. It's really known for its haunted stories, but it is actually on Castle Rock, which is a hill that was created from a volcano many millions of years ago. So this volcano erupted. It's no longer active. Obviously, this was millions of years ago, but the location.
You think?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Right.
But the location's been occupied by humans since the Iron Ages, so long time. But the actual castle,
That's better.
was built in the 11th century. So that's a long time ago.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, the 11th century.
What's the first century? Anyway, I'm sorry, go. That's so much.
So, beginning in the 11th century, it was home for royal residents. So for over 600 years, different monarchs, kings and queens lived there. It started with the first king of Scotland, King Malcolm III, and his wife, Queen Margaret. She was known as the Pearl of Scotland. She was known for her charitable work. She was actually made a saint later. There's a special area of the castle built specially for her. It's called St. Margaret's Chapel, and it is the oldest still existing part of the castle.
So is it the whole castle's not there anymore?
Parts of it are, but it's been reconstructed over the years.
And probably 11th century, I'm sure it's
but there are parts of the original,
right?
and then that is the oldest area of the castle that is still intact. It's been a military base, a prison, fortress. It's held many prisoners for many different reasons. Because of its location and the way it's built up on the hill, being surrounded, it made a really good fortress. So it's been location of many murders, many battle attacks throughout history. I think I read it was under siege 23 different times. So it's withheld, parts of it have withheld many.
I mean, the prison part alone. A lot of people, especially back then, died in prison. So, the haunts is what I'm getting at.
There's so many. I just picked a few of the haunts, but there are a lot of stories. Okay. One more thing I thought this is interesting.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
There you go.
Intriguing, whatever. My throat's making bubble noises.
It's fine. Throat noises are always nasty, but it's okay.
Some people think it was one of the inspirations for the Hogwarts castle, or the Hogwarts school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Not but one of the inspirations. I think she used multiple locations as her inspiration, but I think that was one of them.
To create Hogwarts.
Yeah, to kind of construct her idea of it.
Fucking love it.
It's also, okay, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
My husband did, and it was like one of those things where we would sit and talk for a minute and it would be
Yeah.
on in the background. So, like, I know the gist, I guess. But,
well,
like,
I was a huge, massive Game of Thrones
not
fan.
me.
Anyone who did watch Game of Thrones, spoiler, but the red wedding scene was like an iconic and devastating, tragic scene that anyone who is a Game of Thrones fan remembers the red wedding. Spoiler, it's, when the King Robb Stark and his pregnant wife and his mother, Lady Stark, were brutally murdered at the wedding. It's a big scene. Everybody knows about it. But it was inspired by a true event.
I don't.
Anyone who watched Game of Thrones.
Okay. So I'm not
But it
in
was
on that
inspired
secret.
by a true event, actually, the Black Dinner, which was held at the Edinburgh Castle. And this took place back in like 1440, where 10-year-old King James II of Scotland invited Earl William Douglas and his younger brother to a feast, during which he had them seized, taken from the hall, and murdered after serving a black bull's head, which is a symbol of death.
A bull, like a bull?
Yeah, the head of a bull.
Like a cow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I'd read was that, like, they were whining and dining and getting along. Mind you, the king was only 10 years old. I doubt he was, like, in charge of this whole thing, but...
I mean, maybe.
He approved it. I mean, in Game of Thrones, you've got some very young, evil characters, so
you hear the
very
guineas?
well could.
That's the guineas. That's what a guinea fowl sounds like if anybody ever needed to know.
Oh, my gosh. So I guess he served them. This is a true story. It actually happened. There was history written that,
The black, what was it called?
the Black Dinner.
The Black Dinner. Okay.
And I guess that is what inspired the red wedding.
Oh, they just changed that color and word. That's all they did.
Right?
That's
But
good.
that's super cool that it was like, not cool. It was horrible, but like, ugh.
Inspired.
Yeah. So nowadays it's a museum for a lot of a lot of historical artifacts. My gosh, my mouth will not work. Okay. It's now a museum. So it holds the Scotland's crown jewels, and like you can go and see these things. Like it's a big tourist attraction. They still hold a lot of military events and things there. It is known as one of the most haunted castles in Scotland. There are a lot of castles in Scotland, but this is one of the biggest. But we'll get into the spooky stuff here. People claim to see, hear, smell, and feel all kinds of things in this place, okay? I'm going to start with a few of the ones I found.
So like if I went to Scotland.
That was just me being weird, sorry. I did a weird thing with my eyes.
What?
Everybody.
I was so confused. Okay. So if I went to Scotland right now, I could go to this castle.
Yeah.
Like it is still.
It's like they do paid
public
tours. And,
Okay.
I don't think it's
didn't
cheap,
know.
but I think they do.
I didn't know if it was like condemned to the point of like
it's
falling.
like a museum, and they still do all kinds of stuff
That's
there. So,
terrifying. I want to go.
So people say they hear and see all kinds of things, smell things even. Okay, so I'm going to start with the piper. They claim there was a young boy who played the bagpipes, and he was sent down to explore the tunnels underneath the castle. Nobody could fit down there, I assume, so they sent this young boy.
Since a little kid,
Yeah.
That's legit.
They sent him down with his bagpipes, and they eventually stopped hearing the bagpipes. So they sent soldiers and stuff down, like a search for rescue mission.
Okay, whoa. If it was too small for the soldiers to go down the first time.
That's what I'm like.
Okay,
I don't understand.
Anyway, I had to throw that in there.
I read that he was the only one that could fit to go through all the tunnels. But then they sent people in to look for him.
Maybe they found like a really small soldier to like squeeze through just to like save the boy that they made go down there.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I totally interrupted that. Go.
I'm not sure how that went, but it said that they sent down like a search and rescue mission, and he was never found. Like the bagpipe music just stopped all of a sudden, and they looked and looked and looked.
Let me guess.
I thought
People
for
hear
years.
bagpipes now.
So yeah, people claim that they still hear the bagpipes now and then, faint sounds of bagpipes from under the tunnels. He was never discovered. They never figured out what happened. So who knows? But the bagpipes, ooh, how chilling. Like, I don't know.
Being somewhere old like that, and I know bagpipes are very common in Scotland, correct?
Yeah.
So like maybe that's not as eerie to like an American over here. Like to them, they probably hear.
Yeah.
That's probably a big haunt noise there, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in Scotland, sorry.
Land
a
of-
lot of places they probably hear bagpipes.
Yeah.
Like haunted reasons, like ghosts are playing them. So maybe over there it's kind of like, oh, that's normal. Here, if I heard bagpipes,
Right?
like I don't get scared easy.
Yeah.
Like if all of a
That would be
sudden,
so weird.
that would be
Oh my
fucking creepy as
gosh.
shit.
Mm.
Okay.
So there's also the drummer. This is a military ghost who's been seen on the castle's battlements. He is said to be I cannot speak, a headless drummer.
I was curious.
So this is, I know words, but they are not coming out. This grisly figure. He was first seen drumming a warning signal in 1650, just before the castle was attacked by Oliver Cromwell. Ever since then, the headless drummer has been considered like a warning sign of danger. So, like, I don't know if that means like throughout the years while the castle was still under attack, or if that means
so like
now.
They would hear the drum and then that was a warning.
Yeah.
So, but now the drumming sound is haunted. It's a ghost drumming.
Yeah.
So we hear the drumming sound a lot.
And they believe that's a sign of danger.
Okay.
Now, I don't know when the last time these were heard or seen, if these are still seen. But like all the people that would live there throughout the years, over the hundreds of years, because it was like I said, for like 600 years, it was a home for kings and queens and stuff, and all kinds of military things. And also, okay, there's a gray lady. Seems like there's a gray lady in a lot of places.
It's either a gray lady or a white lady or the lady in red. Like those are the three most common.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got
a
them.
lady.
Right.
So there's a couple possibilities here. A lot of people say they see the gray lady. They know it appears to be a 16th century noblewoman said to wander around the older parts of the castle, wandering through the halls, weeping. Sometimes they'll see her kneeling in the chapel. And
do we have a story as to who she is or anything?
So there's a couple theories.
Okay.
They think it could be Janet Douglas, Lady Glamis. She was burned at the stake for witchcraft and treason.
Okay.
So this happened outside of the castle, July 1537.
So why would she be at the castle then? Why do they believe that? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't know if maybe she lived there.
Okay.
But they said she was burnt in front of her son, and some claim to see her still near the clock tower, like suffering in flames, like they see like an apparition.
Okay.
And there's also a fountain in the Edinburgh Castle called the Witch's Well. I guess the Edinburgh Castle was a very popular place for women to be burned at the stake. Under King James IV's orders, I think, there was a lot of witch burning going on.
Okay.
So they think it could have been her. And then there's the theory of Marie de Guy. I may be saying that wrong, but a woman who found herself on the losing side of the Scottish Reformation. She died in June of 1560, but her corpse was kept there at the castle for months. They wrapped her in cloth. They kept her in, I think it was a lead coffin, to keep the smell at bay, because this was before they were allowed to ship them home, I guess. So like,
because they have so many questions. Why?
Yeah, it said something that like the Protestant nobles, like, they wouldn't allow her to be shipped home to France for so long, so she was kept there for months. So they think maybe that's why her.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'd haunt too. Fuck you.
There's all kinds of theories. Some think that it was.
What's that? Oh, it's just a car.
I think there's more than one gray lady. I really do, because the way they were described, they all sound a little different. Like some see her in the chapel, some see her in the hallways weeping, some see her outside in the Witch's Well area. So it's like. It could be a lot of.
Well, you have to think about
the queens.
all of the ladies that were there, the madames.
So many.
So I'm sure there are so many ghosts and spirits of these ladies. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
probably not just one. There's probably 4 gray ladies, white ladies.
That's what I think. I think there's multiple.
Right.
And I only picked a few. There were so many like stories of haunts and things that people see. And so there's also one called the Unlucky Prisoner. He's a ghostly man who smells. He smells distinctly of manure.
Oh.
The story goes he was one of the many poor souls that was imprisoned in the castle's dark, damp, rat-infested dungeons.
Of course.
He was desperate to escape. He crawled into a wheelbarrow full of muck, hoping to be taken out of the castle and emptied into...
A wheelbarrow full of shit,
Yeah.
we should say. Okay.
Yeah. He was hoping he'd just, like, be wheeled out and dumped into
Right.
a big soft.
I mean, like, the thought process is there.
Right. He's like,
Okay.
oh, it's a way out, you know.
Right.
But the wheelbarrow was actually tipped over the battlements instead, and they think he landed on the jagged slopes of Castle Rock.
Oh,
So he
okay.
could be a little pissed.
So they didn't do what they normally did with that poo.
Yeah, he just went
Well, maybe.
flying.
I mean, but think about that. That's a good exit plan. Like, who's going to dig through poo to look for a fucking enslaved
It's like on The Walking
person?
Dead when they cover themselves in the zombie gunk
Yeah.
to like blend in.
Why
He's
didn't
like,
they do that
I'll blend
more?
in, right?
Why didn't they do that more than
Right?
twice? Because
It didn't show up again
Yeah.
until later, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we forgot we could do that."
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah,
Walking
I
Dead
think this guy was
sidetrack.
thinking, I'll just blend in with the shit, and they'll just
Right.
throw me out with the shit. But instead, they decided to fucking throw it overboard, and he hit the fucking jagged slopes. So
So he's there.
yeah, so they see him, I suppose, and they smell him. They smelled the poo poo, like, oh my god, it's
smelled
the
the poo-poo
boy.
man.
Yeah. There's also the leather apron man.
Oh,
This
specific.
one, this is where they feel, people say they feel a burning sensation on their arms. They feel like someone's standing behind them and watching them. And they turn around and they'll see like an apparition of a spooky looking older man wearing a leather apron. And
Oh,
he's usually standing in a doorway just watching them.
that's not creepy.
Yeah. What's the leather apron? Was he some kind of like
Was he
doctor
a butcher or like a
butcher?
blacksmith or, you know
Makes
what I mean?
me wonder. I
Yeah.
couldn't find much on him, but that one gave me like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And then there's also a dog cemetery. Like their mascot was, I guess, at one point a scruffy black dog, and people say they hear distant barking and pawing, and they'll see a scruffy black dog in the distance. I don't know. So there's all kinds.
So there's a
Did you
dog-
see that?
What?
My black candle was dripping.
Oh,
and
the wax fell.
A big old hunk. What is it shaped like? It looks like a
I
person.
don't know, but it's going to fall in your notebook.
It looks like a person. It just fell and hit the table, and it's like in the shape of a, I don't know, that's weird. A black scruffy dog.
So there's a doggy ghost.
Maybe.
No, at the castle, not here.
Yes, at the castle. Those are the only ones I chose, but there were so many that I just couldn't find a lot on, but lots of stories. But a lot of visitors, staff members, they say they were touched, they've been pulled, they've been pushed, they feel like they're being watched, they see shadowy figures, they see mist, fogs, green lights, they'll feel sudden temperature drops. People will be like overrun by emotions out of nowhere, just like, oh, there's more. Did you hear that one?
I think your candles are just,
Big plops.
they're
of
going
black-
down very fast.
black
So,
wax.
I mean, like, I think I'm lighting some of mine. So if you hear a lighter going, that is totally what that is, because I didn't light mine
Those
yet.
are cool looking. I love drippy wax. Oh my gosh.
That is so random.
Some people say when they take pictures there, they'll have like blue hazy orbs that always appear above people's heads, especially if it's in the tower area. I mean, that's really all I've got on that, but there is a lot more.
So it's a really
but-
fucking spooky place that you can still visit to this
and
day.
there's so
that
many
has-
pictures online, and it's really cool.
I'm sure the history in general of all the places,
Yeah.
all the things, like not just the few you said. I'm sure there's 20,000 more, that
Yeah.
you can really talk about.
Oh yeah.
Or that people were lighting our candles. It was a little bit daylight left, and so we
It
didn't
just
light
got
them.
dark real fast.
It really did. Okay, so that's all you have on the.
That's all I've got.
Okay, I did the Cecil Hotel. I had so many conflicts on doing this one because so many people know about it or have heard about it and have probably heard the stories about it, blah blah blah, So, but I went
everyone's
ahead.
got their
I know.
own-
I went ahead and did it just because it's fascinating to me, because to me, the hotel itself, there's no reason for it to be haunted. It was not built on a cemetery. It was not in a place of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was nothing big behind it. It's what people did there that made it haunted. Like, that's what I feel. Like, does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
not, it wasn't a prison. It wasn't an asylum.
More
it was
of like
nothing.
maybe residual energy. Kinda,
No residual energy. That's the point. Okay, let's just start.
Of like their actions, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a luxury hotel. Their goal was to build the newest luxury hotel that was affordable, though. They wanted an affordable luxury hotel. It was actually opened on December 1924 in downtown Los Angeles. So we're in the 20s, okay? It was open like right before the Great Depression.
Right, I was gonna say that's right.
The Great Depression hit and it went down fucking
Yeah.
hell. Like most businesses did, most places did. It was located actually near Skid Row in Los Angeles.
Okay.
If you don't know what Skid Row is, I wrote that down for us because I didn't, like, until I saw the things on the TV about it, We had a combination of cars and
It's
dogs.
a dog ghost.
Oh, God. It's my neighbors outside. I forgot about them. You might hear my neighbors' goat dogs, too. They're very loud.
That would have been good if it happened right when I was talking about the dog.
That would have been perfect. Okay. Skid Row is the largest stable population of homeless people in the whole United States.
Okay.
It is made up of 50 city blocks just east of downtown LA. That is 50 blocks.
Wow.
50. I have a lisp, making sure you get that
I've
number
heard
there.
of Skid Row, and like I
Right.
knew it was a rough area, but
And
I
it
didn't know.
It was not in the middle of it or anything. It was right by it, though. Like,
Wow.
very, very close to it. In 2011, the hotel actually was reformed and renamed Stay on Main. We'll get more into that later. I'm just kind of giving a brief history of the years right now. It has a total of 14 floors and 700 rooms.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot.
The renovation, they actually did more renovations in 2017 to re-up it again because it was getting bad. So they tried to do it again, but then COVID stopped the renovations.
Yeah.
And they just kind of used the rooms they had to finish it off. It eventually closed. It's essentially closed now. We'll talk about that a little more later, too.
The Great Depression and COVID, that place was
Right.
just destined to fail, it sounds like.
In the beginning of 2024, it was completely, they shut the doors and they put it up for sale. And you can't even go inside of it now.
Oh.
Like, so from, what year did I say?
1920.
2011, the renovation started. They had to stop because of COVID. They tried to redo it, and at that point, it's Stay on Main. We no longer call it the Cecil Hotel. It is Stay on Main.
Okay.
Totally different situation. Stay on Main was, they pretty much took half of it, and they were still low-income hotel rooms, motel type more,
Yeah.
and the other half was living quarters. You could live there.
Okay.
Like that's where it was like an apartment
Yeah.
situation. Okay. We're going to go back now. Okay. We're going to go back to the beginning as to why we're kind of haunted.
Okay.
In 1927, the hotel had its very first suicide. His name was Percy Cook. He shot himself in the head. Okay. In 1931, I'm just mentioning a few of the things that happened. I do not know how many there were total. If you go to Google and type in the amount of deaths at Cecil Hotel, there is a fucking list of years, times, dates, and how they died.
Wow.
So many. I'm just doing several that I thought probably impacted why we're haunted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In 1931, W.K. Norton, they found his body with a bunch of pills. Just a fuck ton of pills. Suicide. Killed himself. Several followed after that. It was like, and the whole beginning was suicides. It was a suicide after a suicide after a
Wow.
suicide. Once again, we have to remember, we're on Skid Row, but I don't think it's the Skid Row we have today. It's a little
Yeah.
smaller, but there's still a lot of homeless people,
Yeah.
a lot of,
Yep.
bad situations going on. In 1937, Grace Margot became the fourth person to die at the hotel. She jumped from the ninth story window. They think she jumped. They have no proof someone was in there, but other people speculate that she was pushed from the ninth story window. And her body got tangled in telephone wires, and she hung there for like a
that's
while.
Horribly gruesome.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Oh.
yeah. In 1944, a woman gave birth in her hotel room. She got fucking terrified and threw the baby out the window.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Something was going
Like,
that area had to be.
See, that's the point. I don't think this is a haunted. I think people who are down
Yeah.
know this place is here.
Like, it's
We know
close,
it's affordable.
It's cheap.
We're not done. Throughout the 40s and the 50s, several more deaths happen. I mean, several. Like I said, go look that up on the Google if you want to know specifics and how many and all of that stuff. So fucking many of them. It actually became to a lot of drug dealers
Yeah.
and sex workers and people that just wanted to hide. They wanted to get away. They you know what I mean? Like criminals, like
Yeah.
people who robbed banks. They would hide there essentially because you're hiding among people who we don't check on. We don't care about in a sense. Like, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's how it was, especially back
People
then.
in
Like,
the shadows, yeah.
literally, the bad people is what we
The
put them
Cecil
as.
Motel, that's the one that's associated with
Cue
Black
the guinea.
Dahlia, right? The Black
Do you hear
Dahlia.
'em?
Oh my gosh, they're really going, aren't they?
It sounds like they're singing almost. It's
It
so cool.
does.
Yeah, we get into that.
Okay.
This place, like, if you were down on your luck, you go here. Like, if you didn't have a lot of money,
Yeah.
you go here. Like, you can stay. We will take you in. We will
Yeah.
comfort you. There was a lot of accounts of, like, tenants arguing. And back here, this is still just a hotel. We have not transformed into the Stay on Main where it's living quarters yet.
Right.
This is purely a hotel.
It's kind of a halfway house, like a kind of...
Pretty much. Supposedly, Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, it's a supposed, it is not confirmed by anyone, but they do believe she was seen at the bar having a drink right before that car came and got her.
I think they think this is entertaining.
They hear us, and they're like not car alarms. They're protectors of the property. They're in a cage. They can't come. Like, I don't mean like a small cage. Oh my God, they have a huge coop, but like they hear us talking.
Yeah.
And it's...
They seem to quiet down when you keep going, but when I talk...
Or they might not know you.
Right. I think they don't recognize me.
I hope it's not too annoying because I can't shut them off. Like, I love them so much. Anyway,
it's
I
said it's fine.
If you've never seen what a guinea fowl looks like, please go to Google right now and Google guinea fowl. Their faces are fucking terrifying. They look like a clown. They have white faces.
They are not cute.
with blue on their ears and red around. So creepy,
Yeah,
but so fucking
they're
cool.
Not cute. They are like the Halloween bird.
They're like bald. Like, they're so fun. Go look them up. Anyway, Elizabeth Short, that's the night they think she had the drink there right before the car came and picked her up, and then she was essentially taken. And go listen to that episode if you would like to hear that. In 1964, Goldie Oswood, I said that right. She was raped, beat, and stabbed to death in her room.
Damn, Goldie.
And they think, I read a bunch of stuff. At one time, they thought it was another tenant there. They actually did catch someone for this, and then they let him go. So they still have not solved that one yet. In the 1980s, are you ready for this? The serial killer Richard Ramirez. He was known as the Night Stalker in LA. He stayed at the Cecil Hotel for a few weeks. He committed 14 murders while he lived there.
Damn.
Not in the hotel, but like he would go murder and come home.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Not at the hotel. He didn't kill tenants at the hotel. He killed people go look him up too. He's a good serial killer to research if you want to. And then Jack, I'm going to say this wrong. It's an Australian name. I'm going to try to not butcher it. That swing is whole ass swing, and I hope there's a cat on it.
I do not see a cat on that swing. I think it's your house ghost.
Do you see it swinging?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just my house ghost. He's chilling with us.
Jack
he is. Unterweger. Oh my God, I butchered it. Unterweger. If you say it fast, it's better.
Underwear.
He was an Australian serial killer.
Down under.
He also stayed at the Cecil Hotel, and they believe he stayed there because Ramirez stayed there. He was fascinated by Ramirez's crimes, which a lot of serial killers had followers, but he did a bunch of stuff in Australia, came here. He strangled and killed 3 sex workers while here.
Sounds like Ramirez kind of set the tone
for that. Yeah.
This is the place to do it.
Yeah. So in 2011, we're jumping forward from the 80s, but a bunch of murders. And like I said before, this place wasn't a prison. This place wasn't an asylum. It wasn't anything of that nature. I think
it almost feels like a cursed area.
The immense amount of people bad on their luck lived there, and that's why there's so many suicides. Yeah. And then once you start a suicide, it's like a frenzy of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then
I'd love to know more about the land of that area, like the soil and
I tried to look
chemicals around,
I tried to, and I couldn't find anything, anything at all. Like what it was before it was a hotel, it was literally just a piece of earth. Like it wasn't anything before. Like I thought, okay, maybe there was a cemetery there, but obviously your Google search doesn't go back
to make them all, I don't know, what is strange.
I think people are just, that's the place you go when you have nowhere else to go.
And then you're like, I'm out of money, I'm out of luck, I have nothing left, so this is the place to...
Exactly. So in 2011...
I should just be quiet. They're quiet when I'm quiet.
I don't think it's you, though. I think it's me, too. Like, okay.
I don't know.
We'll try to whisper. I'm joking. In 2011, the owners of the Cecil Hotel thought they could shrug off their long history of death. They're like, we're done with this. We know what we are. We know what we've become. We're done. They completely rebranded. I gotta slow down. They completely rebranded. Do you know how hard it is to slow down? Just those 3 words, my brain exploded. To Stay on Main, like I had mentioned before. They took a section of that hotel and now it's living quarters. Like you can permanently live there just like an apartment complex. It was disgusting. Like it was nothing good. I think maybe at the beginning it probably could have been something like a good idea. These were all cheap, low income.
Yeah.
I think it was a situation where you make a few bucks, you can stay in the hotel part. You make a lot more than a few bucks, you could actually like live there essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to get into the most, I think, well-known case that has to do with Cecil Hotel. I asked you earlier, and you're like, I have no idea. Elisa Lam.
Yeah, I don't...
You've never heard of her at all. Okay, in January, it was January 26, 2013, she was a 21-year-old, Canadian student. She checked in to stay on Main. She had booked a room for the hotel part for stay on Main. She was making a solo trip up the coast of California.
They're making a trip too.
Listen, these cars, I swear, I never
You
hear
don't get
cars.
a lot of traffic.
I usually don't, but it's like the nights I want to be out here and relax and like chill by a fire. There's so many. And like, we're talking cars with like no mufflers loud.
Probably because it is so nice out and they're thinking, we want to be out too. Country roads.
She was making a solo trip up the coast of California. Hold for asshole.
They gotta go up the coast, guys. Hold on.
They gotta coast because they have no muffler.
I burnt my finger.
Well, don't do that, goober.
Mother lover.
Okay, she was actually reported missing on February 1st. She checked in January 26th. She was reporting missing on February 1st whenever she failed to check out of her room. Like, they went and checked and, you know. She was originally in a room with other people. Like, they booked people in the same room sometimes because they were so full.
Oh, wow.
And she was in a room with other people, but she was moved out of that room because the people she was with claimed she had odd behavior. What? Okay.
Odd behavior in what way?
Everything was left behind in her room. Absolutely everything. Her ID, her purse, her wallet, everything was left. Nothing was taken. She was just gone. They called in the search dogs to search the hotel and everywhere around it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing hit. Nothing. When nothing happened, they chose to release. All they had on this girl is a 4-minute video of her in the elevator. 4 minutes. They released it to the public. The public lost their fucking shit. Okay, this is whenever the internet was just becoming a thing. Like, whenever us, like, people who try to investigate and figure out crimes, it just started. Like, actual active crimes. I don't know. Like, I'm talking stuff like Gabby Petito. How the internet blew up and he's here, he's there, she did it. Like, dug into stuff. There was people who went out there and searched for this is one of the first. We actually were live helping people. You know what I'm saying? The people on the internet behind the keyboard were helped literally. They lost their shit. I highly suggest going and watching the video. If you don't know who Elisa Lam is, go to YouTube, type in her name. It's a 4-minute video. It's not scary. It's not like she turns backwards and nothing like that. Yeah. I'm going to say some stuff that she does do. She ducks into the elevator when she first walks into it. She crouches down. She pushes herself up against the wall a few times. She peeks out. The door never closes during this entire encounter. The door stays wide the fuck open. She peeks out, looks around, comes back in, goes up against the wall. Very weird shit. She then steps out of the elevator, and you can only see, because the elevator has a camera, you can only see like her hands moving, like she's using hand gestures while she's talking to someone. She kind of bends over a few times. You see the top of her head. Like, she comes back in the elevator. Then she begins to push every single one of the buttons in a very, very slow, childlike manner. Okay. She makes odd hand motions while doing like, she'll push some buttons and be like, almost like she's talking to herself. Yeah. Like, what am I doing? You know, she doesn't say words. There's no audio at all with this video.
And no sign of her, like, having schizophrenia or anything?
The door does not close the entire time. Towards the end it does, and then it opens and closes and opens and closes on the same floor. I forgot to say, she walks out of the elevator. She leaves the elevator, and then the door stays on the same floor, and then it opens and closes, like, I think it was 4 times. Several times with nobody there. Like, elevators are like censored.
Yeah.
Like, they know a human's there. so they don't close, or they
Yeah.
do close because no human's there. Then finally it closes. And that's it. It's very odd. That is the last thing they have of this woman. That's it. Nothing more.
Weird.
They release that to the public. Public loses their shit. February 19th. So the 19th. So how many days ago was that? Hold on. Let me go look for you. I just heard people talking. God, I hope those were real humans. Could be my neighbors. She was reported, oh my God, I gotta slow down. She was reported missing on February 1st.
Okay.
Now we're on the 19th. 20 days after she went missing. Okay? 20 whole days. A hotel staff worker had to go up to the roof because their water tanks were on the roof. And a bunch of the tenants had complained that their water pressure was gone. No water pressure. That a lot of times when they first turned their water on, the water would be brown and smelly and just gross. So he had to go up and check the tanks, whatever. That's when they found her body. She was floating completely naked in one of the 4 water tanks.
Wow.
Yeah. She was naked in a tank, dead for a while. Wow. And so the residents were getting that water. Could you fucking imagine, dude?
God.
Anyway, her death was...
It's body water.
Yeah. Her death was ruled an accidental drowning with bipolar as a significant factor. She was bipolar. She did take bipolar medication, and they did an autopsy on her, and she did not have the amount she took of the bipolar medication was not in her system. She was not taking all of her medication.
Okay.
She was maybe cutting her pills in half or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I don't know exact. But
bipolar mania can be...
Yes.
Oh, a cat just jumped up here.
Oh, that's Deadpool. Hi, Sugar.
Hi, Deadpool. Hi, Wade Wilson.
Hey, these are
Fire
flames.
hot.
Danger.
Fire hot, kitty.
Danger.
Oh my gosh, are you stupid? You're going right into
No,
the
he
flames.
doesn't care. He's...
Oh, you're going to hurt yourself, kitten.
Okay, pause for cat removal. He is safely removed. Oh my God, I thought he was going to burn his little ear on that flame. Okay.
He's like a moth.
If you this is just like a brief description of everything. There is a show on Netflix called Crime Scene, The Vanishing at Cecil Hotel. It's a Netflix show. Go watch it. It explains so much more into depth. It is so good.
See, I can see bipolar mania. Sometimes they are like, borderline psycho. Sometimes they're extra paranoid, extra.
Yeah,
but
it
that
doesn't.
sounds more like schizophrenia. She was like,
I don't think
talking
they
to
said
something
she
that
had
wasn't
it,
there.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. I guess it's not the biggest thing that happened at the Cecil Hotel, but it's so new to our time that a lot of people know the Cecil Hotel because of that.
So do they think she killed herself then, or accidentally?
There's a whole explanation on the end of that Netflix thing. There's a couple different theories.
Yeah.
I remember one of them is I don't remember why she got in the tank, but the reason she was naked is because hypothermia kicks in and you think you're hot, so you take your clothes off kind of thing. I think that was a reason for that. But I watched the show so much more in depth. Obviously, this is a quick podcast, so we can't go into every detail, but that's it. She was just dead and it was an accident. There's other theories that somebody pushed her, that the people from the room, I mean, there's so many. Of course, I'm sure aliens is one of them because we always blame the aliens. Here's where the haunts come in. There are several photos of the outside of the building, people standing outside taking pictures of the building with he's on the back of my chair.
I didn't
now.
even see him. He blended into the darkness.
I can never say the word apparitions
Apparitions.
of ghosts
Appalachian?
in the windows. Google it. They're so cool. I've said Google a lot tonight. If you don't Google, DuckDuckGo it.
Then Googles.
Because so many of them. People who actually live across the street from the Cecil Hotel have heard screams, have actually seen whole body apparitions of people jumping out windows when nobody's there.
Oh.
Place is closed. Nobody's there. You know what I mean?
Spooky.
A few different accounts of, it's always the same type of scream. It's a very high-pitched woman scream. Is heard a lot. A lot. Which, once again, you're in a shitty part of town. You're, all those things. But still, Hotel from the American Horror Story is actually based on Cecil Hotel.
Oh, okay.
The point of it is Ryan Murphy, he was fascinated with the hotel because I don't think he didn't quote say this, but the idea, I read an article, and the idea is it's where people will go to die pretty much, and then they never leave. They stay and haunt the place. There are so many haunts in this hotel. Ghost apparitions, full body apparitions, beating on walls, things moving, things being thrown across the room. So fucking many of them. Old Zach Bagan from Ghost Adventures went there. If you want to watch that, it's called Ghost Adventures Cecil Hotel. It's good, but he's always over the top dramatic. If you are into him, amazing. I like him, but someone always gets possessed. Someone always has a mental breakdown. It's always so fucking much. But yeah, you can watch that about it. Interesting as fuck. I would like that. You can't go there now. Like, it's closed, condemned, doors down. I think they have let maybe a couple ghost hunters go into there.
Yeah.
But not many. They're trying to sell it. I don't know who the fuck would
Good
want
luck
that,
with that.
but yeah, for real. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's spooky.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah.
Cue creepy car in the background.
And creepy cat that keeps jumping up.
Picture it. It's an old haunted hearse going down the road. It's not really there though. It's a ghost one. And if you'd like to know any more about it, you can email us at onlyifyoucankeepup@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
Love you.
That was dramatic. Bye. Oh, we got a rev. Yes.
So much drama.
I know, right? Bye.